I grew up in a small town, in one of those old Victorian houses that seemed to groan with secrets. My parents bought the place when I was 6, and they loved its history. I didn't. There was something about it that felt wrong. The attic was the worst part. It was big, dusty, and filled with junk left by the previous owners. My mom always said we'd clean it out someday, but we never did. I hated going up there. It always felt like I wasn't alone. One rainy afternoon when I was about 10, my mom asked me to fetch an old box of books from the attic. I didn't want to, but I couldn't argue. As I climbed the creaky ladder, I felt a cold draft that made my skin crawl. The attic was darker than I remembered, with shadows clinging to every corner. I found the box quickly, but as I turned to leave, something caught my eye. It was a doll, sitting on an old rocking chair. I'd never seen it before. The doll was old, with cracked porcelain skin and faded blue eyes. Its dress was tattered, and its mouth was painted in a faint smile. I don't know why, but I felt drawn to it. Without thinking, I picked it up and brought it downstairs. That night, the nightmares started. In my dreams, the doll wasn't just sitting in the chair. It was standing at the foot of my bed, staring at me with those glassy eyes. I woke up sweating, but when I looked, the doll was still on my shelf, exactly where I left it. The next morning, I told my mom about the dreams. She brushed it off, saying I was imagining things. But the dreams got worse. Every night, the doll would be closer, its smile wider, its eyes colder. One night, I woke up and found the doll on the floor, right by my bed. I screamed and my dad came running. He looked at the doll and frowned. "Where did you get this?" he asked. "The attic," I whispered. His face went pale. He grabbed the doll and took it outside. I watched as he threw it into the trash. The next morning, it was back on the rocking chair in the attic. That's when my parents told me the truth. The house's previous owners had a little girl who died in the attic under mysterious circumstances. Her favorite toy? A dollar. Terrified, we decided to burn it. We built a fire in the backyard and threw the doll in. As the flames consumed it, I swear I heard a scream, high-pitched and inhuman. After that, the nightmares stopped. We moved out a year later, and I've never been back. But sometimes, late at night, I swear I can still hear the faint creak of a rocking chair.